Don't you know what you're starting? But you sure we got the clue how that this we go. Don't you know no more art? And as you look to the horizon, not a cloud, but then stormy weather's go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done there, but the time is hit you, you're not surprised.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is Dspnews, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newsroom and welcome to the Goutopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. No tagline. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple things first before we get into the actual broadcast itself. Some people have been asking me if I've been keeping up with the Andy Worski Tonka Saw situation and the fight that's going down. Well, at the time that I'm recording this, it looks like somebody's blood work didn't come in. I think it's Tonka Saw. His blood work didn't come in. Now there's stuff coming out about him getting his name changed legally. It's not going to happen. I mean, a lot of people already knew it wasn't going to happen, but it's not going to happen. And one of Tonka Saw's friends actually was harping something on Twitter or something a couple of days ago that it wasn't going to go down. He was hinting at it, but he didn't come out and say it. So it don't look good. Anyway, so someone was asking me, what are my thoughts as it pertains to Tonka Saw if the fight don't go down? The internet never forgets. The internet might forgive depending on what you've done, but it won't forget. And I don't think he can live that down, to be honest. To sit there and, go 101, against anybody and everybody who disagreed with you, and then the last person that you decided to call out, Andy Worski, he's the one who said, yeah, I'll fight you. And then not only that, but then he actually trained. He actually, got himself prepared for this. And he said, win, lose, or draw, I don't care as long as I get you in that ring. Or I get you into that cage, whatever it was originally you were supposed to fight in. That doesn't look good. And now, all of the manipulation and this, that, and the third, it's just going to be a matter of time until his friends start leaving him. Or allies start leaving him. Because at the end of the day, everybody's got to save themselves. And the one who... And I like this guy too. I think he's an alright dude. Failure is gonna have to bite it the worst because, he's Tonka Saw's right hand man, and he's supposed to be. You're supposed to go down with the ship, but he's gonna have to save himself too. But I don't think he can actually save himself, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like Tonka Saw, Failure has too much dirt on his hands. He has too much blood on his hands. He ain't made his allegations and shit too. He's not going to walk away clean, but Failure has probably a better shot than Tonka does. Tonka's got it, unless he comes out and just flat out apologizes. He doesn't even have to come out and call himself a coward. Just be like, hey, I didn't want to fight. The more and more Andy was taking that shit seriously, the more and more I wanted to back out, this, that, and the third. Like I said, the internet doesn't forget, but some people might forgive him. But now you got money on the line, this, that, and the third. I'm hearing rumblings of legal action that's going to be taken. It's going to be ugly. And so, we're working on something here at GTG Network Productions, trying to throw it all together. But I'm going to start from when internet blood sports kind of started. I'm not going to go through the history. It's too long. Or I don't know. We'll see. But it's really long, to be honest with you. But, I want to really just kind of focus on the decline and how something like internet blood sports basically cannibalized itself. And in a lot of ways, you could say what happened with Chris Chan in that community. You could say with the DSP community at one time or another. And I think it's one of the situations where with internet blood sports, it was a business. There was money to be made, and there was enough money to go around, right? Way too. There was more than enough money to go around. Chris Chan, that was on some just other shit in its own right. That's just, after a while, they weren't even looking at Chris like he was a human anymore. He was a thing and whatnot. He was an object. And I can say that because I had said that recently with my Rubik's Cube analogy. But Chris was, to some degree, is defenseless. You know what I'm saying? He's very, very defenseless. Phil isn't. Wings isn't. Monday Matt isn't. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. It's a strange situation. It has me in a different type of headspace where it kind of makes me want to think. You know what I'm saying? Because like anything else, all I do is I kind of just react and bring you the news. But when you look at some of the other communities out there, and even our community, even the DSP circles, if you look at it closer, and you look at some of the things that have happened, is it going too far? When is enough enough? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, as I've said here, I'm sorry, I feel sound like a broken record, but as I've said here, since I've started, you give Phil enough rope and he'll hang himself, and I promise you that's what he'll do. Whether people come and help him or not, he will cannibalize them and continue to move forward. Well, squirm forward, if you will. It's just in his nature. It's what he does. At the same time, when you look at the situation with Wings recently, you look at Chris Chan, if you want to dig into that mess, you look at internet blood sports, kind of, where they had a simple premise, as Mtcdood said. It's a simple premise, money, plenty of money to go around, plenty of cash to go around, plenty of chances for communities to, for other channels to build up. And how did we screw all that in a year? You know what I mean? It's a lot to think about. So maybe I'm thinking about doing a project on that, and I'll base it off internet blood sports in particular, because that's something that I followed for a while, and to see it fall apart, I mean, it was bound to, sadly. Can it rebuild? Possibly, but to see it fall apart the way it did it just feels wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it feels wrong. And at the end of the day, if they didn't just fall apart outright, they end up getting the Ralph retort treatment, which was bullshit, and just get completely deplatformed. You know what I mean? It was a mess. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, it wouldn't have happened if they treated it more seriously, and it could have been so much more than what it was. It wasn't meant to do any of that. It didn't set itself, as Mtcdood said, it didn't set itself out to be like that. It was supposed to be like Jerry Springer, but people come in with talking points. And win, lose, or draw, you got your point across, you got the debate, and then you leave. Some people, you might build a following off of it, you might not. It is what it is. So, I don't know. It's kind of a shameful situation either which way. But ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into the broadcast at hand. I just want to throw that PSA at you guys for a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with one of my favorites, Snort Burnell, Dspgaming. Begging pays better. Insult to the season. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about this for a little while now, and the fact that, and Phil has come out and said it himself, that it's absolutely ludicrous. He'd be an absolute buffoon to get a real job when this pays so much. And as I've said before, so let me reiterate it now. No matter what you think of what Phil does on Twitch, you cannot and do not separate what the fans give him. Do not separate that as outside of his income. It's not. All of that is encompassed in his in his Phil and his Twitch portfolio, if you will. It's because I guarantee you that's what he's thinking. It's all in there. It's all mixed up with the ads, and he doesn't do sponsorships anymore. But with everything that Twitch encompasses, from a financial standpoint, the begging and pleading and all that bullshit is added into that too. It's part of that equation. Okay? It's part of that stock and trade. And because of that, why would this man have any shame about it? He's someone who sold his own friends out, used them as content. I mean, I've been saying that for a while. Eventually he'll come out and say it, but at the time he hasn't done it just yet, but he will. Eventually he's going to. They were nothing more than content. Everybody who's around him is content. And he thinks that he's going to have some moral high ground about, oh, I didn't ask for money to go and visit my sick and dying parents and whatnot, and they're flipping the bill, this, that, and the third, and so on and so forth. If he was desperate enough, he'd have filmed that whole trip. He would film that whole trip. I mean, if they were probably, going cross country or something. The man has no shame at all. So he can sit there and talk about people screwed him over this way, and he got fucked over that way, and YouTube's been screwing him over for years, so YouTube is obviously the biggest detractor. Twitch at one time was a detractor until Phil became a good thought and went back on his hands and knees and sucked some dick. You know what I mean? Phil don't have no shame about none of this at all. And that's the reason why he's the internet's King John. That's why he's a joke. The man doesn't have any self-respect. He doesn't have any dignity. He gave all that up a long time ago for the almighty dollar. And look at where it got him. He's got a house that he can't afford and is probably in worse shape than he's giving out to be. He's got debt to the goddamn hilt. He's got a girlfriend who doesn't even really love him. You know what I'm saying? It's more of an arrangement than anything. In his own head, though, he has to play the game like it's real so he can try to make it real. But in every instance we've seen them together, he's projected an image and the image never came out clear. Sorry, Phil. I didn't need a wide lens camera for that. It's not real what you think you have with her. It isn't. So, I mean, you don't get me wrong. You gotta keep the kiddies in check. You gotta sell the dream to them. Go ahead. But for everybody else, there's reality, and that's what that situation is. And even if for an inkling that she did give a shit about you in any way, shape, or form, it'd be her own demise. Just like it almost took Panda down. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into the broadcast at hand. Let's try to save a little bit of that feistiness going into this broadcast. Hope it's interesting. And I hope you guys are doing well today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. Oh yes, a GTG Network Productions. You guys all know the slogan, and I don't smell no bacon cooking just yet. And it's time to watch me work.
Everyone, warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, yet again, we are here with Snort Burnell, Dspgaming. Begging pays better. And salt to the season. Here we go.
Man, I'm seriously so tired of this at this point. I just want things to get back to normal, and sadly around here they haven't been for weeks. You know, since late December, things have been all screwed up because of my health.
You know, I'm trying to be here as consistently as possible. This week I didn't get a day off, which I would have loved. I didn't get one off. You know, because Kat has been so sick. In short, here's what happened. So as I told you guys, Kat's been sick, and yesterday we were gonna try to go out. Couldn't because she couldn't sleep.
Wait. I'm feeling shitty, but I'd love to. I can't take a day off, though I'd love a day off, though I make my own schedule. But I couldn't take a day off because Kat is sick. So, Phil, you're telling us that you do rely on her income. It's not just she's paying a couple of bills around the house. What she does, or what she provides, or what she brings in, is a whole lot more than what you've let on. Or, there's no reason why the two of you couldn't take the day off and spend the day together. Because her being sick and you upstairs working, air quotes, doesn't really help the situation. You're better off, and because of the fact that you're sick, weak immune system, terrible house cleaning, whatever the case may be, you should just take the day off too. And this way you can come back right for the next day. It would do well by you. You said the same thing for Kat. So how does that not apply to you? Your immune system doesn't seem that much better than hers. Just saying. Let's continue.
Thursday night, and ended up feeling really awful, you know, in the morning. I said, alright, I'm just going to stream. So I did. I streamed Black Ops 4 multiplayer, and it happened to be one of the most hype sessions I've ever done of any kind of first-person shooter, where I was really dominating. I was getting crazy kill streaks. I was raving and ranting against the quick-scoping cheaters. I was going nuts, okay? I was going absolutely nuts. And the good news is, I was doing really well and everyone liked it, but it was an impromptu stream, okay? So it didn't really get as much attention as a normal stream because I had been on the schedule as I was going to be off on Friday.
You know, the contributions were real low.
So I was basically screaming the whole stream. And after I finished the stream, Kat actually was awake. She's like, you know what? I really would like to go out and at least have a meal out of this house because I've been here for the past three days sick as hell. And even though I've, you know, been choking a lot, I was able to sleep a little bit in the afternoon, so can we go out and get something to eat and then we go grocery shopping? I said, sure. So we did. We went out quick and we grabbed a quick meal somewhere, and then we went grocery shopping in the light. And I came home, you know, we unpacked everything, and she starts choking again immediately, which sucks. And then I notice my throat starts to hurt, and you've got to be fucking kidding me.
As I've said many times, you know, people will get what's coming to them. It's called karma.
Like, this is just out of control at this point. It's one thing if I'm like, you know, I got gunk in my throat or whatever, right? Big deal. It's another thing entirely, my throat hurts again. Like, I can't stream if my throat hurts. I can't fucking talk, right? And my throat is swollen.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, as he said beforehand in that impromptu stream the night before, I'm screaming, I'm getting all these crazy kill streaks, I'm overhyping the shit, yada, 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 yada. That's his first problem. Second problem is we have a pig here who pays $300 a month for insurance and won't get himself checked out because the $300 a month that he's already paying should cover all the treatment that he's going to get. You want him to pay $300 a month and then go and pay more money? Nah, bruh. Just so they can tell me, oh, it's not that bad, go home. Yet, he's been hit, he got double tapped. He basically got cherry picked, you know what I'm saying, by the illness, because now he's getting it twice. Maybe, just maybe, Phil, it might be just a good idea to get checked out either which way. Just saying. And more importantly, how does Cat's insurance work? Does Cat have insurance? What's the situation with that? Because by proxy, if she continues to get sick, Phil, you're going to continue to get sick. Just saying. Just a thought. And you guys can only run up to, you know, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, whatever it is that Phil has around his way. You can only go over there and get the store-bought shit for so long until you guys might need to really get checked out before an infection or something along those lines set in. Just saying. You know, I'm just saying. Just, you know, trying to look out for you here. And that, and just kind of inject some common sense to the situation. It's almost futile to do this. Oh, it's almost futile to do this. All right, but either which way. And more importantly than that, instead of you guys going out and getting a quick meal, right? Why don't you guys, since you're going grocery shopping anyway, go to the store and get what you need to get and pick up stuff to make sandwiches and soups and stuff. Something a bit more hearty, something that will, I mean, I don't know where we were raised, said something that will feed the soul a little bit more and whatnot, that kind of nourishes the body, instead of you kind of keep taking in all this fast food bullshit or all these quick meal type things. I'm just saying, it's realistic. Especially, Phil, if you got a sore throat, you should be taking it, you should be going ahead and taking in things that will help soothe it. So that's usually something in a soup form, something liquidy, things of that sort. I don't know. Let's continue.
And in sharp pain, I can't talk. So this is terrible, and it's getting worse and worse over the course of the night. Like, you've got to be kidding me. So I'm just thinking I had wishful thinking, good thoughts, wishful thinking. I was drinking tea and everything. By the end of the night, it's time to go to sleep. And
wishful thinking, good thoughts. Is that how you get out of debt? Is that how that's gonna happen? Is that what's gonna bring John and Howard back to you? Wishful thinking, good thoughts. Is that what we're doing? What is this? Is this some like crazy version of Peter Pan? Is Phil what Peter Pan would look like if he left Neverland and came back and became a children's entertainer? God damn, that's pathetic. Oh, Peter, you should have stayed over there with Tinkerbell. So sad. So sad.
Is inflamed, throbbing. I'm like, what the fuck? So I try to go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. Cat can't fall asleep. She's choking. Like, this is insane. When is this cycle of sickness ever going to end? At this point, it's like, I'm so tired of it. I can't, you know, it's been 3 weeks at this point. No lie, it's been 3 fucking weeks. And I had enough. I just want to get back to normal so I can work, and I can feel good, and Cat can be normal, and she can feel good, and we can get back to our normal lives at this point. And it's just ridiculous. Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, when it rains, it pours.
Right? So, finally, I pass out at some point during the night. I want to say probably around 4 or 5 a.m. Okay. And I wake up this morning after only 4 hours of sleep, and of course I feel like shit. Okay.
I'm sure you do, but when you go on those 3, 4 a.m. gin rants, you usually don't fall asleep till 5 or 6 anyway, so this is a normal day for you, under reasonable circumstances. I don't know why you're so upset about it.
Okay, I just feel terrible. And I'm like, well, there's not a hell of a lot I can do about this. let me just announce to everyone I'm going to try to sleep and see what happens, see if I get better. So, you know, I put up on Twitter and that I would basically not be doing my first stream, and let me go ahead.
Now, let's go ahead and take a flashback for a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, do you guys remember around the time that Panda had left back in, what would that be, late 2017? And he used to say, oh man, I'm so incredibly sick. Oh man, this and that. Oh, I feel so horrible. This, that, and the third. Oh, I'm incredibly sick now, 3 days, this, that, and the third. Then later on in December of 2017, you know, guys, when I was telling you I was really sick and I didn't feel very well and I was skipping streams and this, that, and the third, well, I got to be honest with you, I really wasn't sick. I mean, I was sick, but I wasn't really sick. I was drinking. I was drinking excessively. I was drinking way more than someone should when they have depression. And it was really, really bad, and I just couldn't get myself out of bed, man. I just couldn't. Snort. I'm binging all night. Phil told us this. So Phil, the possibility of you being sick is one thing, sure. But at the same time, you and Tangeray and you and Sapphire have been lovers for a long time. And it's very hard to do that. And I understand, Phil. I understand. I've had, you know what I'm saying, a few women in my life that you know that you should stay away from. But, you know, every once in a while, you know, you get dragged back in a little bit. Well, for you, it's a lot. So I get it. I'm sure plenty of the men and the women in the audience can understand that. But come on, Phil, you got to think about this. I don't want you to come back later, Phil, because now we're going to go into prediction time. Not necessarily a Theo theory, but let's go ahead and let's go with it. You know what I'm saying? It's time to dig deep, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to hear anything in like a year or two from now about, okay, guys, Kat left me. It was a mutual breakup. And you guys remember back in 2018, 2019, when I told you I was incredibly sick and she was sick and this, that, and the third, and she was sleeping downstairs and so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. I lied. I didn't want these fucking brain dead idiots to get into our business, and we were arguing a lot. I was drinking yet again. You know what I'm saying? We weren't talking really, you know. I think she might have been with somebody. We were disagreeing. There was just a lot of arguing, a lot of things that were being said that didn't need to be said or shouldn't have been said. I was hurt. I was a victim. And that stress was starting to bleed off into my streams, and that's why. So all those times that I told you there wasn't any food in the house and things of that sort, we just weren't talking. And so because of that, there wasn't any communication between the two of us, and neither one of us really cared. No one wanted to be around each other. I'm not saying, ladies and gentlemen, that's not going to happen or that is going to happen. But if it does, remember that your favorite cute and cuddly pup who's always late and never breaking with unreliable coverage that you can't count on brought it to you first. Hashtag facts. DSP News.
And, you know, let me go ahead and see what happens. So I slept again from like 9. I went back to sleep, and I got up around 12:30. So I got about 3 extra hours of sleep, and the pain is completely gone.
Oh my god, this shocks me.
So what the hell happened? My throat.
It's that Seattle air, dude. Just like the gout, remember? Just like the herniated disc in your back, dude. You forgot? Did you forget about the therapeutic benefits of Seattle's air? It's amazing, bruh. It heals everything. Everything. Except for post-nasal drip, of course. And greed. The greed is massively strong. And he's got no self-control.
Up, excruciating sharp pain. I get a little extra sleep. Now it's gone. At this point, I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Okay? So I apologize for that. I do. Now, Kat did get some sleep, but not a lot. She has to go back to work tonight. She's actually getting ready for work right now. And I'm like, oh god, what's going to happen now if she goes to work and ends up getting super sick again? Right? I hope not. I hope that she comes to work and comes back home and she's alright. You know, because she's had basically 3 days to recuperate. And now, it seems like whenever she goes to work and comes back, she's worse. So, I hope she's alright. I guess we'll see what happens. But, it's just been a fucking ordeal, you know?
Girls liked me because I was a nice guy, and I would be very friendly to girls. I was respectful of women. I wasn't a sexist pig, or I wasn't, drooling all over them. But because I was the nice guy, I finished last.
I'm just tired of it. I just want to stream and be normal again. I want to get back on track, you know what I mean? I've had enough of this.
Whining and complaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, just from what you've heard so far, okay, all jokes aside for just a second. I'm sorry, let me tighten up. Okay, I got this. All jokes aside for just a second. Who has it worst right now? For all of you who've been around for a little while, or even for you who may have not been around, but you've just heard hearsay and so on and so forth. If you had to judge how bad Cat has it now compared to Panda, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who do you think had it worse? I want you to think about that for a minute. Look at how Phil describes his situation. Oh, Cat's really sick, this, that, and the third, and whatnot. She can't get any rest, yada, yada, yada. But that bitch got to go to work the next, later on today. She's getting ready right now. But for me, though, I just want to feel normal. I want to just get back to the way things were, where I was streaming all the time. Cat went to work, then went to the gym with Jim, and then came home and made us Swanson meals, and then we both went to bed in our respected rooms. I just want everything to go back to the way it was between me and the soulmate. Just give me your thoughts. Just let me know who really has it bad. Because, as we've said about Kat, she popped out of one really shitty situation, and in my personal opinion, jumped into another. Panda was lucky enough to get out of that situation, but she endured it for much longer. Who had it worse at this particular time? Dspnews?
Okay. That's the definition of a drama queen. Seriously.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the best way you can contribute and help me out today is tipping me, alright? Because tipping me right now is going to allow me to put those funds straight to bills. I need your help right now to pay bills. I'm not kidding. I still got at least 3 days left until Twitch pays me for the month. And the bills are still clearing. In fact, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I have 1 or 2 big ones left, and they clear either tomorrow or the 14th. And so, anything you guys can contribute is very much appreciated, okay? Any tips are going to help me out tremendously today.
And to the moron in the stream chat who just said get a real job then, guess what? This is a real job.
What? Wait, what?
What? What?
He sounds like a fucking... He sounds like an obese seal. Oh man, that's amazing. This is shocking. You can't tell me if... You know what we should do? I'm thinking about doing it. I'm thinking about doing it. I'm thinking about getting a compilation of all of Phil's different laughs and whatnot. And I want to try... Oh no, I'm going to need help because there's so many. Because now I want to be ambitious. I want to go from when Phil first started. And a lot of that's going to come up missing, as you know. There's like a 3-year gap with some of that's gone. So, and his sound quality wasn't very good, but neither is mine. I would have to start like a laugh compilation from when he first started on YouTube up till now. And I think it'll tell the story on how his health went. But I would love to get I'm going to try to build a compilation of different laughs that he has and whatnot, which it's only like a couple. He has his little snicker. He has the little cat snicker. He has the little thing that Panda used to do. He has the John laugh. He has his laugh where he sounds like a walrus. He has that high pitch one where it sounds like a fucking a bloated seal. I mean, and then he has your typical, which kind of falls into the one. I'm gonna need to do that. That'll have to be like a pet project or something. I think that should be funny. I should send a soundbite of it to Tevin. That'd be great. Praise be Almighty.
Oh my god! That's great! Oh my god!
This pays more than any other job I ever had. If I got another job, I'd make less money, and I would be even worse financially. You are a moron. Congratulations.
It's salty as fuck. It's like pure salt. All you could taste was salt. You couldn't taste anything else.
Richie7 tipped me $10.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
Joshing Your Toast tipped me $1 and said, do you ever think the negative contingency against you will swing the other way? You'll be hailed like a Chris Chan-style internet hero. I don't know anything about Chris Chan, so I can't answer that. All I know is I already have a fan base of people who actually do like me for positive reasons. Even though there's a giant, nasty group of toxic people out there who hate me, there's actually a lot of people who still like me, and that's all I care about, okay?
They're not using conscious thought anymore. They never have an independent...
So the answer to that question is no. And first off, he does know who Chris Chandler is. He does know who Chris Chan is. He doesn't follow all his exploits, but he knows who he is. I'll answer that question for you. No. Phil will never be looked at as an internet hero. He will never have a true redemption arc. History keeps repeating itself with Phil. And it might be slightly different each time, but it still repeats. And sadly, it gets worse and worse as time goes on. The more and more he chooses to fight what he likes to call the good fight because he can't ignore it anymore, the more he loses. The fact that a lot of people in this community, community/circle, whatever you want to call it, a lot of people in the Detractor circles or community or whatever, because a lot of them have long memories, because of the fact that there's plenty of video evidence out there, you just got to find it. That's kind of I feel that it's actually the fun part, to be honest with you, looking for those gems, because sometimes even if you don't find it right away, you find other stuff. Because of that, Phil will never win. He'll never win. He'll never redeem himself because he's not man enough to apologize. He's not man enough to own up to the very things that he did. He's not man enough to be like, I was wrong. He won't do it. Even for profit. You know what I mean? Even for profit. If he can try to skew it a little bit and do like a Tonka and do like a half-ass apology. Well, not even a half-ass, like a quarter apology. Actually, it's less than a quarter. Anyway, if he tries to pull some shit like that, he would if he thought he could profit off it, but it doesn't mean anything and he knows it. You know what I'm saying? To come out and say that you're wrong, to come out and say that my 10 years on the internet didn't mean a goddamn thing, except to me. All the reason why I'm where I'm at is because of strictly my fault alone. If he had made the changes like he was supposed to, you know what I mean? If he would stop acting like a fucking ass clown and so on and so forth, it might have not have been as bad. Would there still be detractors? Sure. But it wouldn't be, his core community would be larger. And they'd be much more forgiving. What does Phil have now, if you think about it? He has, what, between 300 and 500 people on Twitch? Most of that is trolls and haters and detractors? Then what does he have? He has the King of Hate forums, which is dead. It's deader than Dillinger. There's nothing there. He has an email that he's afraid to check up on unless it's PayPal. He has no interaction. No one calls him. He doesn't call anybody. He has no reprieve from his internet life. And Kat is part of that internet life. Hence the reason why he tried to get her to abandon it. She was supposed to be his safety blanket in IRL. She was supposed to be his reprieve. And it didn't work out. And it didn't work out because of his own doing. He was so... This is just my own theory, of course. He was so dead set focused on making sure she couldn't leave that he condemned her to the same thing that he's in now. Here, let me break it down. I'll try to break it down as quickly as possible. He had Kat, and this is just my own personal opinion, he had Kat abandon all of her internet outlets. Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Had her abandon all of those things so she would be solely devoted to the real life relationship or arrangement, which is what it is. That's what her sole focus should be on, that and work. No internet presence whatsoever. You cut her away from all that. One, she doesn't actually know what's going on and what's not going on. Two, when he does bring her on, it's quick monetization. You know what I'm saying? He holds the monopoly over this commodity, and he can bring her on periodically. They'll get a big boost, bunch of money, and then he puts her right back into the vault until the next time comes around. The more he could keep her hidden away, when he brings her back, the more of a boost he would get from it. The problem is he played the situation wrong. When he did that first IRL stream, the backlash, I don't want to even say backlash, the general consensus of it was, oh boy, lamb to the slaughter. But there was enough people in his fan base that were tossing it out that it made it okay, despite how awkward that situation was. The second and third time was a travesty. I mean, it just progressively kind of went into a decline. She doesn't have a lot of personality. She doesn't bring a whole lot to the table. By then, a lot of people have already seen the stuff that she had on YouTube, and it doesn't even come across as the same person. Even if you think she didn't have a lot of personality on YouTube, fair enough. She had more personality there than she does now. He completely and utterly Marie Antoinetted that chick and did it right in front of us. And now look, she's a shell of a shell. She's hollow. You know what I mean? I remember watching Tevin stream, because that's what I do. And Tevin, as well as other people, were making the joke that Panda was the one who screwed up Phil. Well, Phil screwed up this girl. Screwed up Cat. So she was supposed to be the reprieve, but something he could still monetize, and it blew up in his goddamn face. Now he can't get her on to save his own life. She probably has no ambition to go back to doing anything on her own. He's condemned that girl. And despite her past, despite anything in her background, she's been cut down in front of us. Sadly. DSP News.
Thought in their fucking head, these people are the definition of sheep.
Meh, meh, meh. Well, we got a troll. Immediately turned around and started firing at me, so might as well just quit. Don't even waste time. Don't even fuck my team over. Just quit now.
One good Samaritan. There you go.
Alright. I was actually surprised. I've been playing for almost 3 straight hours. That's the first match that happened. Like, that's surprising that it's only happened once. See, the thing is, it takes a while because what the person has to do, they have to go into the list here and start hitting up every person in the list to see if they have their shit open on PSN. Finally, they have to go through every name until they finally find one that they have all their shit open. Then see if there's an opening in the match and then try to join through the back door. So basically, it takes a long time to do it. So that's why they can't do it first match when I matchmake into a new group. It usually takes them 2 to 3 matches. Well, I'm not going to ruin the game for my other teammates, so I'll just quit out now so they can get a new partner in there. Complete asshole. Stupid no-life idiot.
Oh, you're gonna get salt.
Stupid no-life idiot, but look who's suffering for it. And not even Phil, the viewers. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Phil playing this up, you know what I'm saying? Instead of using all that improv too that he has, right? Staying within his forte, you know, going off the cuff. Instead of playing it and trying to use this to his advantage, he wants to run. His immediate reaction, to almost anything that causes, that has any form of aggression or adversity is the run. You're seeing his fight or flight basically response. It's funny because when he can sit on his dilapidated soapbox, he'll spew venom everywhere. But once someone goes ahead and is like, oh, I'll give him some free smoke, Phil immediately throws himself back into the closet, locks the door from the inside, and is like, why are you guys picking on me? Why are you guys bullying me? I didn't do anything wrong. It was just my opinion. I should be able to have one. No. But no one can have a response. He hurts himself. And for what? How long have you been living like this? You still ain't figured it out yet? This is how life is this is sadly how life's gonna always be. You wanted to be the realest guy on YouTube. You wanted to be Mr. Billy Badass. You wanted to have your little hate army. Now you're taking everything that comes with it. King of hate. This is the kingdom. It needs to be ruled. Go out there. You're the centerpiece. You're the head of state. And yet again, this goes back to what I've said as it pertains to the fan base. If you have a weak sire, then all the familiars and everybody else behind it are just going to be weak too. And you already see it. A lot of them over there are weak. They are weak individuals. And for what? You really think other gamers go through this shit? Phil isn't some delicate fucking snowflake. This is what he wanted. Because this is what he built. This is what he harvested. This is all. This is, you know what I'm saying? He made his bed and now this is what he's sleeping in. And he's always going to have to deal with that. He had chances to go ahead and do well by himself and do right by his fan base and by his content and by his business in air quotes. He chose not to. He chose not to. He did what cowards do and throw the blame on somebody else. And now look at him. He's stuck. The man's not worthy of your sympathy. You've given enough of that as it is. Make his ass work. I mean, really make his ass work. Make it to where he comes on stream and he's only getting $15 a stream. And watch and see how quickly he breaks in a week. And don't let up. As we say here at GTG Network and Productions, put the boot on his neck all night and keep applying. If you want real change, that's the only way. The moment he gets even an iota of sympathy out of you, he's going to run with it. And as long as you keep letting him do it, he's going to keep being a good victim about it. Because why not? DSP News.
Oh, even now, again, my mouth overpowered with salt flavor.
Again, as soon as they see some jump, oh, I'm such a good player, I jump around. Did the troll find me again? He did, look. The troll followed me because someone must have dropped from the game and followed me into this match. You gotta be kidding me. What the fuck? Dude, we're losing by a big margin. Now, my team fucking sucks. Fuck you idiots. Dude, I've been dominating the whole fucking game. We're gonna blow it now? What the fuck? Okay, wow, you're a great player. I can't believe this. I can't believe we're gonna lose.
Building barricade.
I can't believe we lost. My team sucks ass.
I'm feeling buyer's remorse.
They suck right out of the fucking butt, dude. Oh my god.
Over 1,800 milligrams of sodium. This is one of the saltiest things.
Reach a kill. You're gonna tell me you kill me with the shot, with the fucking sniper rifle from point blank?
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, Treyarch. You guys are terrible.
Oh my god.
That was good.
I've had enough. I've seriously had enough. I don't want to play anymore. This seriously makes me not want to play anymore. This is not fucking valid first-person shooter gameplay.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and, throw this out there. He's 36 years old. He's about to be 37. He's a gamer. Right? He does this for a living. And look at him spewing off like this. Keep in mind, it's just as pathetic when anybody else does it. Like Ninja, for example. It's sad when he does it too. And whatnot. So, don't get me wrong. They're both bitches for it. But Phil, of all people, who's played so many games and understands how first-person shooters work and this, that, and the third. Same as Ninja. You shouldn't be complaining about stuff like this. Both of you guys have a target on your back. It is what it is. Or, in the situation that we have here, you have some weak teammates. But then again, you're not really contributing much to it either. All you're doing is feeding the other team kills. So what? You know what I'm saying? What's the situation? And since you won't communicate with anybody on your team, Phil, how is there any coordination going to happen? You're too scared to talk. You're playing a first-person shooter that is somewhat team-based, even though if you have the debate on what really what really promotes team-based gameplay, I would say it's Battlefield, because you have to. You have to kind of really be in sync with your team and have really good synergy to make it work. And Call of Duty is different. You can go out there straight Rambo, and if you can at least keep the team on their back heels, and if you can get some streaks in the air, your teammates can benefit off that. One person can do that. Battlefield, not necessarily. So, but at the same time, you only need one person acting like a goddamn slug who's feeding kills to a couple people on the team for them to get streaks in the air and screw it up for the rest of the team, especially since it's 5-on-5. So, just something to consider.
Any fucking way. Enemy marksman. Look. Again, dude. I'm only dying. The whole enemy team has fucking sniper rifles and they're abusing the broken ass fucking game.
Another thing I'd like to point out too is you see why he doesn't really want to play multiplayer, but he has to, because if not, it's gonna make him look like a bitch. But do you see why he only wants to play Blackout? where he can just sit around and camp and he can try to be patient, because Phil doesn't work well on the fly. And you can tell that just in some of his lies. You can see it when he talks. You see it in a lot of his actions. He needs time to sit there, and he just really needs time just to sit there. He doesn't think well on the fly. He's not a very quick and coherent thinker. He needs a little bit of prep to get things done. And you even see it in his gameplay in a lot of ways. Hence the reason why he relies on the chat so much. He just can't do it on his own. And it really just comes down to being lazy. I'm not saying that he's not capable of doing it. He can't learn how to do it. Some people think better on their feet than others. But Phil is just fundamentally lazy. And you see it in his core gameplay. And that's why he hates multiplayer. Because he depends on other people instinctively. He instinctively expects his team to do well so he can do well. Instead of being like anybody who's played Call of Duty at one time or another. Sometimes you gotta just backpack motherfuckers. Sometimes it just has to happen. You know what I'm saying? Well, even if you think you can't win, and you're just going for a good kill-death ratio, it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to rally the troops. But Phil isn't like that, because Phil's not a leader. He doesn't have leadership qualities. He has cult leader-like qualities and a mentality, but he doesn't have leadership qualities whatsoever. He could barely lead anybody out of his house, let alone out of a paper bag. Let alone in a video game. Everything has to be ready and set for him to do well. If there's any type of pushback in any type of way, shape, or form, he can use that to blame it on he can use that to blame it on his failure. That was the reason why I failed. That's the reason why we lost. That's the reason why such and such and such. It only works in line. So everything is a constant manipulation with him. It's just a video game. It's not that complicated. But if you spend your whole life, if you spend your whole internet life, especially lying and trying to get over and scamming people, why wouldn't he use that in the game also to get the most out of it? If you carve wood for a living, you know what I mean? You want to stick at it. Practice makes perfect. Phil's deceit is no different. His lies are no different. It's something that he has to do every day, no matter what he's doing. It's an interesting situation. DSP News.
Oh, there we go. Oh, quick stop. Quick stop.
Fuck them. I just spawned. We just spawned and they're sniping us to death. How is this fair? This game sucks, dude.
The salty tears. All I can taste is the saltiness.
9 bags up. Of course we lost. They cheated like crazy.
That won't hurt our reputation.
That quick scoping shit is 100% cheating. You cannot do that in a freaking real first-person shooter. This is all aim assist nonsense. Aim assist, instant kill. Aim assist, instant kill. Aim assist, instant kill. None of this is earned. Not a single one earned. Not a single. 5. Look. 5 kills unearned. 5 unearned. All aim assist. That is complete.
Alright, first things first. Quick scoping has been in Call of Duty forever, almost. So you can't do much about that. 2, Phil relies on aim assist just like everybody else. Shit. Phil couldn't shoot a can off his mother's ass without aim assist. Stop crying. Aim assist doesn't just apply to sniper rifles. It applies to everything. Period. If you don't like it, take cover. You got flashbangs and shit, throw them. You got Molotov cocktails, if you have them, throw them. No one sat there and told your whole team to crowd up together like fish in a barrel. But it's not a cheat. It's been there forever. Anybody who's played Call of Duty, you know of it. You find ways around it. And that's kind of one of the... I kind of want to do a Call of Duty rant just because. But that's kind of the problem with Call of Duty now. At least the last couple of installments. Is that everybody wants something different. Which is fine. You know, change is good sometimes. But then people want the game to be easier so they can draw more people in, so they can have a much larger player pool. The problem is as you bring in that player pool, and since the game is slowly but surely degrading itself, regressing in some ways, it kills the competition. The guys who are good are tired of killing the other guys because it's not making them any better. So you just go back and play the older games, or you just give up, or you find another game in itself. So now you got a bunch of people going around using 3rd or 4th generation tactics, and they're saying the game is too complicated. Or those who are using who like the new movement system, well, what was the new movement system, with the exo jumping or whatever the case may be, when they come up against somebody who has pure gun skill, map knowledge, understands routes, and has superior tactics, they get blown out the water. It is a gimmick, but it is part of the game. But if you have superior gun skill, especially if you have superior gun skill, then it's a wrap. And even if you can't beat somebody off the draw, if you know how to strafe, then you can almost win. You can win at least the majority of your gunfights. Like, you know what I'm saying? As the game has gotten easier and easier and easier to bring in a new crowd, the game itself has kind of degraded. And so it's not fun anymore. That's why when you go back and play the old games, if the lobbies aren't hacked, that's where the real killers are at. The real killers are over there. Like, for right now, like last time I jumped on Call of Duty World War II, there's some real mercs in there. There are some people in there whose names I recognize, who I remember seeing back when I was playing Black Ops 2. And all those guys are savages. And they're still savages now. They just don't like playing the new shit because it's boring. It's boring. You got a bunch of people running around with like chickens with their heads cut off. Not all of them, but some of them. And it's not fun anymore. And Activision knows it. That's why you guys don't have a player count anymore. Sorry, I'll make a video ranting about that shit later. And talk about what I feel degraded Call of Duty in general. Quick hint, YouTubers have a lot to do with that shit. And pro players. DSP News.
Nonsense. That is absolutely...
But not all YouTubers, by the way. I'm not trying to throw everybody under the bus because it's not fair to make blanket statements like that. But some of them, though.
Terrible, and this game fucking sucks shit. That is concrete evidence this game is fucking trash. Throw it in the fucking trash can. Zero skill. Literally zero skill, only just abusing the fucking system of the game.
This guy constantly whining. Wah. Shut the fuck up. God damn. Wah. Oh my god.
An entire clan exists because of an abusive tactic that shouldn't be in the fucking game, and anyone who does it should be permanently fucking banned, and Treyarch and every other fucking company that makes Call of Duty should remove it because it's for children. Quickscoping. It's not realistic. I was point blank with a guy with a sniper rifle, hit him 4 times, he insta-kills me.
Fuck you. Reach and clear. Fuck you.
I couldn't do anything. I go to fire. Oh, quickscope. It's 100% trash gameplay. Those people don't know how to play first-person shooters. All they understand is a simple gimmick.
Wow.
All they understand is a simple gimmick. They can't actually play the game. They're the biggest pussies on planet Earth. The biggest pussies.
This right here proves what I just said previously, though. Look at him running the same route over and over and over again, getting shot up. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Call of Duty veteran to any degree, you look for people like Phil, who's going to just run the same route over and over and over again, so you just keep plucking them off. That's exactly what he's doing. He's feeding the team, the opposing team, the ops. He's feeding them kills. Instead of, maybe instead of you going up the sideline there, go ahead and run through the house, go upstairs, see if you can pick off some people who are going to be waiting for you where that car is at over there on the left. Pick a couple of them off, go back downstairs, go through the garage, and head up through the middle and pick off some people there and let your teammates kind of advance forward like that. Phil just wants to run up the sideline and get shot up. Fucking retarded. Just absolutely stupid. Just really dumb. And yet he wants to sit there and complain about a tactic that's been in the game longer than he's played it. Phil plays Call of Duty a couple of months a year. Usually when the new game comes out. There are people who play the game all year round. Fucking idiot.
On planet Earth. 100% the biggest fucking pussies. Pussy. Pussy. The whole team. Quickscope. Pussy. Quickscope. Pussy.
Salt. That's all I can taste is salt.
Oh, I gotta take a sip.
Pussy! Pussy, pussy, I have no skill, I have no talent, I have no courage. I just fucking use an abusive tactic over and over and over. Go. Pussy! Oh look, we win! I'm the best player on both teams, even though they're all quickscoping pussies. Ooh, you really scare me with all your skill, you quickscopers. Oh. Like a little child, a little petulant, spoiled brat child.
Oh, because I didn't get a toy for Christmas, I'm some kind of like an entitled brat.
Oh, I'm gonna go join FaZe. Oh. Get the fuck out of here. Still fucking win. Still win, bitch.
What the rest of the board goes on.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. You believe this? Okay. Fun fact. Okay, so that's the editor, right? He's like, hey man, you still want to go to the Dragon Ball Super premiere? Yeah, I want to still go! Yeah, I still want to go! What are you talking about? Why you ask me some silly ass questions like that? What's wrong with you? Anyway, and then he's asking if this video is going to be on time. It will, sir. So I'm trying to watch Dragon Ball later. Anyway, back to Phil. Just so sad. Just so sad. Just so sad. Let's continue.
Quickscope! All pussy quickscope, no skill at all. None. Zero. It's just using fucking aim assist on console to win.
Speaking of which, right? First thing, shouts out to Jackal's Lair for ended up hooking me up with the actual ticket. Well, actually tickets. There's two of them in here. Anyway, so shouts out to Jackal's Lair. Thank you. What would you guys feel? And that actually, Jackal, I think I owe you a movie review actually. So I'll make sure I get on that and whatnot. But how would you guys feel? This is just off topic. This is off. This is something separate from DSP. If any of you guys follow the Dragon Ball Heroes anime, the promotional anime, it's only like 7 or 8 minutes long. What would you guys feel about like me doing a review of each one of those episodes? Because that's going to go on for a while. And I think at the time I'm recording, there's up to like episode like 7. And I think I have all of them recorded. So if there's something that some of you, not all of you are going to be interested in that shit. But if some of you might be interested, let me know. And I'll consider doing that. That'd be dope. I wouldn't mind doing that. Because they're only like, excuse me, they're only like 7 or 8 minutes long. So they wouldn't be long videos. Like I said, think about it, let me know. Excuse me, Dspnews.
Dude, look at that. Look at that fucking score. Fuck your quickscope pussy bullshit. Fuck you. Dominated, dude. Fucking dominated. Dominate that shit. Oh my god. Look at that score. Outstanding. Fucking outstanding. Look, get the highlights. Pick scout, pick scout, pick scout.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this proves that the saltiness of a pig sometimes beats the ice-cold intimidation of a quickscoper. But only sometimes.
The rantings of like a 5-year-old. It's like a 5-year-old kid, you know? They call me the man-child. This is not working. The whole fucking highlight quickscope. Oh, it's so good. I just call it Diddy because the quickscope. Quickscope. Yet I destroy them. I fucking destroy them, dude.
That's right, Cool Guy says the anti-scope. I am the anti-scope. I am the... In Blackout, I'm called the mad shitter from now on because I always sit in bathrooms in camp. And in this, I'm called the anti-scope. That's right. Well, it looks like we got a troll, so I'm just gonna go ahead and black out. Now, I'm gonna have a good final match today. A good final match.
Double celebratory dab.
They seriously needed it. Like, this game developer, what were they thinking? They think this is fun? They think it's fun that little pussies who don't understand how to play first-person shooters can just run around, and they have no actual fucking skill or talent in the game. They're just abusing a garbage game mechanic that shouldn't be in it. What the fuck?
Oniony, salty aftertaste in my mouth.
And that douche kid did a video cheers. Is Cat okay? Well, she's at work. She, basically, I don't know how she was doing this morning because I was out. I was unconscious this morning, sick. So I don't even know how she did this morning. I saw her right before I started streaming today. I saw her for about 10 minutes. And I asked her how she was. She said she's doing all right, but she's still coughing a lot. And she's worried because the last time she went to work, she went in feeling good, came home feeling like shit. So I'm hoping that her going to work tonight doesn't overexert her or overstress her, and she'll be able to come home and relax tonight and get a good night's sleep. She hasn't had a good night's sleep in a long time. And that's the problem. If you're trying to get healthy, It's very bad if you cannot get a good night's sleep. I know personally. Last night I couldn't fucking sleep because my throat was killing me. So that's what I mean. Like, if you can't sleep, you can't heal. And, you know, I hope that her cough will subside to the point where now she'll be able to sleep normally and wake up in the morning and feel normal and not feel like a zombie or feel like shit, you know? So, yeah, that's the deal. So, she's not dying sick, but at the same time, she's not good. Like, you know, she's in that middle stage of trying to recover. In fact, yesterday we bought her some of those, what do you call them? Cepacol cough drops. Those are the ones that have both the cough suppressant and a numbing agent for your throat in them. So that way, if she's choking so much or coughing so much, that she can numb the pain. So yeah, she's not doing great, but she's not doing awful. She's recovering, okay? I hope she'll be better when she gets home tonight. I hope she'll be alright.
Yes. The true nature of a real pig is, yeah, there's food in my face, but I want her food. I want her food first. And then I'll eat the rest of that. He's probably going to take that foot, too, if you keep it out there.
That guy needs to be kicked in the freaking balls. He's an asshole.
What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis.
Ah, there we go. Caught him right before he has the pillow hit the face. Nice. Let's see if we can do that next video also. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so there we go. His Call of Duty greatness is just a joke in its own right. So that's that. And Phil has no intention of leaving. He has no intention of leaving the internet. As long as he can make $1, he'll keep doing it. It is what it is. I think the way he treats Cat, or at least the way he's telling us he's treating Cat, is kind of stupid. You don't have any cough drops in the house, Phil? Oh, that's right, because you use lozenges. But there's no medication in them. And somehow you think that was going to help your sore throat. Yeah, you're a fucking moron. I forgot about that. So, of course, you don't have any. I mean, it's just... It's literally a grown-ass man and a kid's... It's really a kid in a grown-ass man's body looking for someone else to take care of him. And look at him. He can't even take care of Cat. And you're telling me that the both of you had to go to the grocery store to get cough drops. Like, one of you couldn't do it? You couldn't just go and do it? So sad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys very much for listening in. It's a bit of a... Went on a little bit of a rant there, but... That's kind of what I do. And I will see you guys for the next broadcast, which will probably be tomorrow. If not, it'll be the day after. We'll see how that goes. I'm trying to go on this 5-day-a-week thing, but we'll see how long that holds up. And that if it becomes too much, where like you guys think there's too much content or whatnot, let me know, and I'll ease it back. So it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. Oh yes, a GTG Network Productions. I am your host / anchor GTG, and I am signing off. Have a great day, guys. A great day. And a broadcast. God damn, he looks miserable. Like, he really looks miserable there. And that's why I have to keep pursuing that picture. That still frame, I should say. I have to. It's my duty.